Nutnfancy, part 2 of his review of Crossdraw tactical vests as being a solution to your loadout system, either as a military member, LE officer, or even a civilian sheepdog, keeping the peace in your neighborhood. This is a grab-and-go system that has a lot of capabilities for its reasonable cost and also its pouch configuration. Left off talking about the holster, how it can accommodate all kinds of different pistols. Awesome, love that. And left off also talking about this. This is the exterior magazine pouch. Again, most Crossdraw vests have this. Here's the Blackhawk one. And it's on the exterior. That means we could actually put another magazine in there for a total of 5. 1 in the gun, 3 on the upper left shoulder, 1 on the exterior of the pouch. Right now, it's riding that Gerber Parsi Air Ranger knife. Now, you could say, hey dude, I wouldn't put my knife there, I'd put it in my pocket. But remember, what we're looking for is a grab-and-go system. We don't want to be running around the house or running around camp looking for all our crap. Oh, where did I put my knife? Oh, crap, I thought it was here. No, it's not there. Guess what? It's in your vest. Because you prepared and everything's in your vest. Grab your vest, have your vest configured properly with your system. Don't worry about it. See where I'm going? So, that could easily take a magazine, another magazine, maybe a flashlight, and I've used it a lot for flashlights. The Phoenix TK10 fits in there nice. Let me give you a word of advice though. If you do use that for a flashlight, adjust this retention strap very tightly for your flashlight, and ideally you'll have that lanyarded, or have a lanyard on it, because it's going to be real easy for you to lose it. It's got to push it down in that pouch tight. I've had things pop out from this pouch because I did not have this retention strap properly adjusted. Enough said about that. So, lots of capabilities and versatility with the pistol. And you know what? Overall, let me give you my opinion. I love the Crossdraw system. I love coming across the side and drawing that way. I've used it a lot, like I've said, and it's just a comfortable way to draw the gun. Yeah, it's two-handed with a, well, it can be one-handed for the draw, but two-handed to re-secure the weapon. But it's relatively fast. I like it. And I like having the gun up towards my belly to chest area. It keeps my waist area clear and free. I like that. Now let's talk about the zippers on Crossdraw vests. This is again is the Tac Force brand of Crossdraw. There you see the logo. Look for it. I think Impact Guns carries them. ImpactGuns.com. And this also, the zipper on this Tac Force is not the best in the world. It's adequate, and I've used this vest again a lot. The criticism I have against it is the slider. This is not a YKK brand slider. It's a no-name. And what they did is they made the zipper pull an integral part of the slider. I found that out the hard way when I snipped the zipper pull off, because I wanted to sew a longer one so I could have more pull and easier access. I'll talk to that in a sec. So when I did that, the whole slider did not function. There has to be something in the Tac Force one that goes through the slider just like I'm showing. Now the Blackhawk variety uses a much higher quality zipper. This is a YKK heavy duty mil spec, if you will, slider. And this is an attention to detail. It's very important, guys, so don't blow it off. If your zipper fails, your system fails. Okay, so just be advised. So the Tac Force is not bad. The zipper works good. You just need to know that you have to have something in there. I found that the zipper pull that it came with was very weak. I thought it'd break off, so I replaced it with a stainless steel snap ring. Then I sewed on about a 2.5-inch length of OD heavy-duty nylon. That way, with gloved hands and under stress, I can find the zipper quicker and actuate it. And as long as that ring stays in that slider, it's going to function. Okay, so just be advised. Good zipper, but it probably has a bad pull on it and needs to be replaced, as I've shown you here. Now, if it does fail, the Tac Force vest does include some Fastex buckles that you can fasten up with. They're better than nothing, but they don't really snug it up as tight as I would like it. But I do like options, and this gives you a little bit more options in case your zipper fails. Also, if it's like super hot out and you just don't want to zip up, you just want to clasp it with a Fastex, that's an option. Enough said about that. Here's your M4 mag pouches right here. Taking any kind of 223 carbine magazine. Now, could you carry 308? Maybe you have an AK. I don't have AK mags here to test it. Probably will work fine. And these are adjustable, these pouches. Let me make sure I'm not lying. Yep, they are. So there's Velcro here, and you can adjust the height of your retention webbing just like you can on the pistol. Very nice. Is it the fastest way to get your mags? I don't know. It's fast enough for me. And it's light. I like that. Again, remember, if we add fast text to this, it adds weight. We want to keep it as light as possible. So I like the configuration. Also, you can fold this Velcro down in here. So, and you can actually take, I believe you can take these straps completely off. I'm sorry, these ones here, so they're exposed. Or you can tuck them down inside the pouch. But keep in mind, if you start running, out goes your mag. So generally speaking, you want to have those fastened up. I might do a review on magazines in the future. I've just got so much on my plate, dudes. Enough said about these mag pouches. I'll cover a little bit more on them when I get over to the Blackhawk vest. This is your multi-purpose horizontal pouch just below your rifle pad on your right shoulder. That's for right-handed users. This is extremely useful for carrying all kinds of different things. Laser rangefinder, binoculars, first aid supplies, maybe some snacks. And in this case, this is where I'm packing that Aimpoint ML3 sight. That gives me more capabilities with the carbine, or it would in this scenario that I've given you. Now, you might say, well, it's not quick to switch between the two. Well, if this was on a LaRue mount, it would be. But the user opted not to spend the money. These mounts from LaRue are freaking expensive. I forget the cost, but they're a lot. So this user opted to just go with PRI rings, which are about half the cost of having a scope mount, which I think is around $200, to quickly attach or reattach that Burris scope. So hopefully you'd use some forethought. I mean, generally speaking, this would be on the gun first, because I think CQB is much more likely than long-range encounters, and generally, especially in an RWOL situation, we shouldn't have many long-range encounters, truth be told. We should de-escalate, deconflict, or get the heck out of there. It'll probably be close range. Therefore, I think this would probably be the better sight to have. Now, is there a place to carry this detached scope in the Crossdraw vest? No, it's too big. You might have to add a butt pack or maybe a camelback pack, which is capable. Well, depends on how you carry it, but some type of pack to carry the scope with. But I'd probably have that on. But let's say you want to go longer range, and this particular scope the user has on there will dial down to 4 power. And if you have it dialed down to 4 power, actually 3 power, sorry. And that's a pretty versatile optical setting to include closer range engagements. So it actually is a lot more versatile of a scope than you would think. Now, granted, that Aimpoint would be better at close range. So enough about that. Again, I'm kind of bleeding over into different topics. But I can carry that Aimpoint ML3 or whatever other Aimpoint sight. Maybe even your EOTech would fit in there as well. Although I kind of doubt it. It's more bulky, generally speaking, than the Aimpoint. Another reason I prefer the Aimpoints over the EOTechs. Another reason I like it, you can snap them down for weather resistance. You can't do that with an EOTech. It's always, the optics are always exposed to the rain, snow, slush, mud, guts, blood, whatever you got going. So very versatile pocket. You can use it for all different things. I'll show you some more of that excuse me, in a sec. This is your shoulder pad where you're going to seat your rifle right here. Again, this is a TAC Force vest that I'm showing you. Now, most of them copy the Eagle and Blackhawk designs. Blackhawk has what they call the sniper shoulder, and it's made out of a material they call Hawk-Tex. And Hawk-Tex is kind of a non-slip texturized material. And along with that is they have a tube here that goes on the inside. And it's like a polystyrene tube, and the idea behind it is when you plant your weapon like that, it prevents slippage of the buttstock against the shoulder and kind of locks it in place. I don't like it. In fact, I hate it. And any vest I have that and this isn't my vest here, and like I say, a lot of the stuff I review is not mine, but if it was my vest like this one, I would take it out. So I just cut with a razor blade right below here, pulled out that polystyrene tube, stitched it back up with some heavy carpet thread, and then used some seam sealer on it, make sure it doesn't unravel. Now I have a smooth, unfettered placement area for my rifle, because I might have to place a stock on the outer portion of my shoulder. I just don't know what position I'm in, and I don't want to have a tube that screws that option up for me. I don't like it. I recommend you do the same. A little bit of padding in here. I don't know why. It's not going to help with recoil that much. This is a good non-slip surface overall, and this is very similar to the Hawk Techs on the Blackhawk vest. They're very similar. Most quality vests you'll see, the Crossdraw variety, will have this. But I would like to get rid of that too if I were you. You can adjust a lot of Crossdraw vests for height. And this is your adjustment mechanism on the shoulder. I'm not going to undo it, but it'll give you a little bit, if I'm not mistaken. You can shorten the vest for if you have a shorter torso. And you can see that I have it at full length because I tend to be taller, 6'3". Enough said about that. Let's go on the inside of the vest. And I can't even remember if I covered this or not. I don't think I did. On the inside of the vest is your hydration pouch. And all quality Crossdraw vests will have this. And inside here I have a Camelback hydration pouch. Now, the way they come, at least the Tac Force variety, for attaching your hydration pouch is a joke. It's these little Velcro straps, which are worthless. There's no way they're going to hold a 3-4 pound, container of water flopping around. So what do? I sewed my own in, and I often do that when I have gear that needs to be modified. Yeah, I sew. You should too. Wife won't do it. I got to do it. So where did it go? It's hard to film and hold this all at one time. So here's my little strap I sewed. It's a mil-spec OD nylon web that I triple stitched in there, machine variety. And this is very ungainly doing all this at once. But anyways, that clip will hook into this strap and hold it securely. Then I don't have to worry about this pouch sliding down and just flopping around down there. That doesn't work too good. You've got to secure it. And then I'll route my hydration tube as shown. I use these little nylon straps to secure it. There's your haul loop of the vest, by the way, in case you get injured or in case you need to carry it. It's a great way to do it. And I just route this tube as so. One thing I also use both on my backpack systems and also my tactical systems is I'll go get these little retractors at Walmart or office supply stores, and they clip on with their little clips. And I have it attached to my hydration thing. So when I'm finished drinking, it'll retract back into a location and keep it out of the way of my pouches, which I just might have to access in a hurry. So there's a lot of different ways to configure it. That's just one way I've used, and it works pretty good. Also on the inside of the vest, we have different pockets. 2 pockets to be exact, and most Crossdraw vests will have this. Inside this pocket currently is I have that Glock tactical light. Voila, that's it. And I suggest you put only small items in here or flat items. You don't want to be looking like a chipmunk with his cheeks stuffed full of nuts. You're just going to be all fat and pouchy looking if you do. But yes, you can if you have to. I've put first aid stuff in here, even carried an MRE in here before. These zippers, by the way, don't have the same problems. They're a lot stronger. And actually the slider's not an integral part. I'm sorry, the zipper pull's not an integral part of the slider. So I think it's just fine. No issues with that. And then you have another one on the other side. So yeah, you have more capabilities on the interior of your vest. Most outstanding.